So I just wanted to share a story with you guys. This has been a major point of contention in my hometown, Fairbanks, Alaska, and I just wanted to lay out all the facts just because this story defines my city to the core. To set the stage for you, there's this place called AlaskaLand in Fairbanks. It's this place where there's like this railroad track. It's an amusement park slash like just a little park for kids. A lot of celebrations, like a lot of like end of year celebrations happen there for all the schools. So they're just like, hey, it's the end of the year, we're going to AlaskaLand. You can run around, you can buy cotton candy, you can ride around on a carousel. This is the pinnacle of like, you know, amusement, of just being like, hey, we're going to go walk around the park a little bit and chill. It's not on the level of like Disneyland or like any major theme park. There's no roller coasters. They used to have a putt-putt golf place in there, but this place used to be a really happening place. The story, the core of the reason why this is such a big thing is because in 2001, on October 25th, there was a name change that changed it from AlaskaLand to Pioneer Park. So the reason why it was it used to be called Pioneer Park, but in 1959, when Alaska was inducted into the Union, they said, hey, we're in. How are we going to celebrate this momentous occasion? How about we name a park after the place where we all grew up, AlaskaLand? And that'll be kind of like, hey, we're in the Union, we're official. Let's name this park after it. So that's how it changed. But in 2001, on October 25th, the Borough Assembly voted to change it back to the original name. It was unanimously passed, except for one holdout vote, Victoria Foote. I don't know her, but if I could meet her, I would give her a huge hug because she wanted to hold on to those, you know, if you change the name to AlaskaLand in 1959 and 44 days after the biggest historic terrorist attack that the nation has ever seen, you were like, how can we make our impact? How can we, you know, really stand by the troops and put our name on this thing? How about we change this historic park back to its original name? On October 25th, 44 days after September 11th, this is what you were worried about? So you decided to take this place of merriment and joy and rip it away from kids who wanted to have a carousel, have cotton candy, and play on the playground? This was how we were going to stamp our state? The reason for the name change, apparently, was tourism. It caused too much abruption, and the tourist flow who said after they left hotels and they went to AlaskaLand, they were expecting a place of roller coasters in a theme park. If you've ever been to AlaskaLand, you know what AlaskaLand is about. So to have this be 44 days after a huge terrorist attack, how can we help and contribute? You're just like, this is really our biggest priority. When this thing passed, I was in 7th grade, and I really did not think that this is going to be a huge priority of, hey, you guys are going to get out there and change all the signs in the middle of winter just so it won't be called AlaskaLand anymore. Like, in your heart, you can call it Pioneer Park if you want to. In my heart, I'm going to call it AlaskaLand because that's what it is. They enacted the vote, and they said until Labor Day 2002, that's when everything was going to pass. We're like, okay, let's see what happens. I've seen how this city operates on things, and I've seen businesses stay in business after they were told to shut down. So let's see what they do. And sure enough, they did it. They changed all the signage. They erased it from the map. It was no longer AlaskaLand. It was called Pioneer Park. So now there's this divide in our city of, do we call it AlaskaLand or do you call it Pioneer Park? If you accidentally call it Pioneer Park and somebody believes in their whole heart of hearts that it's called AlaskaLand, you just uncorked a big can of worms because they're gonna come at you. But if you call it AlaskaLand and somebody loves it as Pioneer Park, it's a weird hill to die on. That's the story of how AlaskaLand became Pioneer Park, and if you're a real one, you call it AlaskaLand because that's what it's been called since 1959. Case closed. Hence, ergo. You're welcome.